Kaya Dreamers.
Jaya Creamers.
We are fucking back.
Hello.
Thank you to our producer Princess, who has been working around the clock for the last couple of minutes. By couple of minutes, I mean 46 minutes.
Woo.
To get us back on track. Can we have everyone put claps in the chat? Thank you, producer Princess Jules, because we are back. You thought you'd go a week without listening to us dribble, but here we are.
Let's be dribbling the ball. Welcome. Back to our regularly scheduled. Fuck. We're going to be talking about.
No, that's interrupted by this podcast, actually, Kael. Back to you in the studios. What are we talking about today, Kael?
Yeah, I was going to see how long you're going to keep that rocking. We're going to be talking about Invincible and fucking Daredevil. And especially the fact that Hayden and I seem to be on opposing sides.
Yes.
When it comes to Daredevil.
I've had to really refrain from talking to Kael about it, because I'm like, we'll just keep this for the podcast, I think.
Yeah.
We got some bits. 10 bits. Thank you, whoever put that in the chat and given their bits to us. We appreciate every bit, but 10? Wow, we were.
Wow, we were. We should do one of those things where every like 50 bits, our voices get auto-tuned by like 1% and it stacks.
No.
And then every like, yeah. And then when we reach 50, we'll be like,
what is it? I know where your family lives.
Speaking of Invincible, we'll get back to Invincible. We've got some talking points here to keep this civil.
To keep it civil, yeah. Not to keep us on track, but to keep us from killing each other.
Exactly.
Do you want to go longer to make up for lost time, or do you still want to end at 8? I'm fine either way.
Let's go 8:30.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Would Hamilton hesitate?
Hamilton wasn't hesitate.
Wasn't hesitate?
Wasn't hesitate.
He wasn't.
We got some pretty fucking banging talking points done while you guys were gone. You should have been here.
Yeah, we were talking. What the fuck did we talk about for 46 minutes?
I don't know.
You thought we dribbled on the podcast? We dribbled for fucking ages about random shit.
Yep. But
what are you painting there?
So on theme for today, we're going to be talking a lot about Daredevil. I'm painting Daredevil, the guy. Going with a red.
I like that you dry brushed the stone.
That's not backhanded. What do you mean by that?
No, I like that you did.
Okay.
Because I love dry brushing.
I like to fucking.
Did you purposefully miss that spot, or?
No, I just couldn't get it back the way it was. But I'm painting Daredevil for my partner, for Cassidy. This is
Name drop.
Yeah, she's real.
You don't know her. She goes to a different school.
Goes to another school. She doesn't go to school.
She does though, doesn't she?
Wait. Yeah, university. That's not school.
That's schooling.
Yeah.
Learning. Knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
It's
Big brain too.
It's good that one of us goes to university, because breadwinner is not me. I've got the breadwinning capabilities of a fucking thief in France. I do.
We're going to be talking about Invincible and Daredevil. I'm painting Warhammer miniatures today because I have so many of them and I'm trying to get through them. And it's a hard job.
What's the theme for your Warhammer?
So as you can tell,
charred.
Ash and dust.
Yeah.
So these are Hellblasters, and
they look like they've been hellblasted.
yeah. I'm painting them like the X-Men because all of my units have different things. Because you're not allowed to do that in Warhammer, and I said, fuck that. I just did it anyway. Because it annoys a lot of people. Because in Warhammer, you're supposed to have one team, and that team is all the same colour. Like, for example, I painted these two guys. One's blue and one's silver. I don't know if you can see that, but I've just broken the rules. Because who makes the rules? This guy.
But Hayden, you're supposed to be playing. Those are clearly Glorgensporks, which are the ones that have like all green body armor and then like a fucking bright orange helmet. And the Gorgonspork lore actually goes really fucking crazy. So like Colonel S. Gorgonspork, the
Heresy.
Heresy, yeah. Gorgon
Heresy was a drink.
No,
Got him!
Alright, see you next time, guys. That's the show.
Yeah, but go longer we meant for like an extra 5 minutes.
Yeah. By go longer we meant we're being actually physically stretched and it's agonizing.
Speaking of physically stretched, Invincible.
Oliver, am I right?
We just got a sub!
Oh, you subbed to this. Okay.
You subbed whatever the fuck that joke was? I can't remember what we talked about.
I don't know.
Heresy, that was the one. Thank you for subbing. It means a lot. It means 8 months! Thanks, Bridgekeeper. Who else would keep the bridge if not for you?
You should have kept the bridge to Terabithia. Maybe then she would still be with us.
Wow, yeah, put that on her.
That's on you. And then Josh Hutcherson ended up in the fucking Hunger Games afterwards.
Yeah.
Should have gone to grief counselling. Painted himself to look like a rock.
It's funny because, like, in that movie, he pours all his paints down the river, but in the Hunger Games, he uses the paints to blend in with the river. So it's a full circle. Life is a circle.
So we'll get to Invincible.
After we talk about the Bruce Terabithia.
After we get to fucking Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Boba Ben.
Now, Kael.
Yes.
What are your opening thoughts on Daredevil?
Mjolnir Games UK.
Mjolnir Games
UK?
Is that the account that Thor plays on in fucking Endgame?
Yeah, that's when he's like, I'm gonna find you.
I'm playing funny Fortnite.
Fortnite? We have a sponsorship deal with Fortnite. I can't believe they did that.
Speaking of fucking obvious sponsorship deals, Daredevil. No, there's in episode 3, he's like, fucking, I used to drink Macallan 16, and like he put it on the carrot. He held it like a waiter presenting wine at a fucking table, and then like when they were drinking it, it was like fucking Spider-Man 2 Maker's Mark, like facing the camera.
Oh, that when like Spider-Man 2?
Yeah. When Harry's like drunk around the house and everything's like destroyed except for the bottle of Maker's Mark that's like perfectly facing the camera.
You haven't seen the frame in Spider-Man 3 when it flies towards the fire, but like as it's flying across the screen,
it's
the
like,
logo is perfect.
The fucking Maker's Mark is my favourite character in the Raimi trilogy.
Yeah, that's in the Spider-Man 3 that it comes back, so I didn't even realise it was in Spider-Man 2 as well. That's crazy.
Yeah, the top 10 foreshadowing moments you didn't understand. The producer princess has taken off the
I was
headphones.
going to say, you guys stay down, I'll go get chat set up.
She is sick of us.
So you can have chat.
We have been abandoned.
Chat Gat? So
Chat.
I was excited for the new Daredevil season. I knew... when it was first announced, I was like, it's not gonna have... This is high. It's not gonna have the same source. It's gonna be Marvelified. It's gonna have that like kind of gross cling film feeling that like all Marvel properties have. And then the first trailer dropped, and I was like, holy shit, the source is here. They did not skimp on the source. In fact, holy shit, a lot of sauce. I'm gonna have to scrape some of that off my chips. And then Hayden watches it as it comes out and sends a message to the group chat. Doesn't spoil anything, just says it fucks. Very excited about this.
Mm-hmm.
I watch it.
You're like, it fucks what? It's fucking bad, or?
Yeah.
Like, did you mean to not put the word bad at the end of that, dude?
It not only does it not fuck, I think the first episode is like abstinent. First episode is in a cock cage.
What's the opposite of fuck? The first episode plays League of Legends.
Yeah.
Got him. I play League of Legends. I can make those jokes.
First episode mains Spider-Man. What was I gonna fucking say? Podcast.
About the first episode not fucking.
Yeah. So long story short, I really didn't like the first 2 episodes of Daredevil. I think the second one is better than the first one. I think the third episode, I watched that today. The third episode, I will say, good.
Are you aware that the first 2 episodes were supposed to be episodes 2 and 3?
What do you mean?
As in, so then you know how episodes 2 and 3 are currently out?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be, those 2 episodes were supposed to be episodes 1 and 2. Episode 1 was introduced when they did a creative rehaul. I'm not saying that's why you didn't like it. I'm saying that it was an afterthought.
Yeah. It definitely felt like an afterthought.
That's what it's reshoots. And you can feel that.
Yeah, and like there were a lot of like stylistic things that I enjoyed with that first scene that aren't present in the rest of the show. Like them playing with the aspect ratio.
Yes.
To display Matt's hearing powers. That's really fucking cool. They never do that again.
Yeah.
The rest of just that opening scene. There are a few people who are praising it. A lot of people are praising it.
Spoiler alert for Daredevil's episode 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Putting it out there. We're gonna spoil it.
And also potentially the Netflix show.
Yes.
To a lesser extent.
I mean, we don't really have to do a warning for that because, my goodness.
If you haven't watched it, definitely go watch that.
Yeah.
Is it that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that opening scene is, in my opinion, I found it to be god awful.
Yeah, I didn't like the swinging.
You didn't like the swinging?
Yeah.
Thank God, I didn't like it either.
It was so out of left field for Daredevil, the show, and Daredevil in She-Hulk as well, and yeah, it wasn't great. I'm not sitting here and being like, Daredevil is a perfect show. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm not sitting here and going, it was a perfect show and you didn't get it. I'm saying it's not bad. It's not Daredevil season 3.
Season 4?
No.
Oh, isn't like as good as season 3?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no. You could never get to that high. But yeah, like, I don't know. My hope through this discussion is to like gain an appreciation for what we've got now, because currently I'm like sad that it exists.
Yeah. It's not got me hooked to watch the next episode the second it drops.
That's weird, because I think it's kind of done that to me.
You're hoping for better?
Yeah, because episode 3 ends on such a like good note.
Yeah.
Spoilers, but like White Tiger gets shot. And
not just like gets shot.
Is like
gets
executed in the street.
Yeah, it gets like, I can't even describe it with another scene. Like he just walks out and then head flicks to the right as a bullet goes through his head. Yeah. Like just proper execution style.
And the assailant,
it is alluded to that it's the Punisher.
Yeah. And there's discussions on whether or not it is the Punisher or someone wearing his uniform.
Because
like...
it is a very, I don't think prevalent is the right word, but it's very clear that they are going with the angle that people are praising the Punisher for killing people because like vigilantes, whatever, are a problem because they're just like, oh, they get to push their will on other people and like they're not the cops, they don't have to answer to anybody, they can just go out and fight crime.
Yeah, one of the only bits of commentary that I am enjoying from the new season, like, there are plenty that I fucking don't like, plenty that make me really mad.
Okay.
But the ACAB subplot, like, they're only going to go so far with it because it's, like, Marvel. But it seems very on point because a lot of, like, Back the Blue and Cop Lives Matter and All Lives Matter motherfuckers use the, like, Punisher symbol with, like, a blue American flag in it as their, like, banner. So, like, showing that audience why that's really bad could be very helpful. And, like, using, you know, a universe where the Punisher is actually, like, a thing and not just a impotent little fuckface. And like having that be used in a similar way in that universe but against vigilantes makes a lot of sense and is really cool. I think the Punisher tattoo on the neck in the courtroom was a bit much.
Yeah, I don't know about how I feel about like the Punisher like tattoos.
Like the one on the wrist is cool because it was like hidden. Like you can see that guy getting the job with that shit on.
Yeah.
But the guy with the fucking and the way he's like, I'm turning to talk to you so you can see my fucking Punisher tattoo so you guys know that I'm in on it. Like, I don't know. I do hope they go with an A cab and not a like S cab.
It's also gonna be really funny when someone, I don't know who it would be. I don't even know who he teams up with this show. Because spoiler alert, Foggy and Karen aren't in it a lot. But
they executed Karen in the streets.
They executed Foggy in the streets.
They might as well have executed Karen. She got like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then she got shipped off to like what, fucking Quahog?
Yeah. The idea that someone goes, yeah, all these cops that you've been beating up, Matt, every single one of them has a Punisher tattoo. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't know!
Well, that's the thing. Here's another thing that the show fucks up. Matt reads a t-shirt. He sees a t-shirt and he like can see what it says on it, I think. Or like he walks by, I can't remember what the t-shirt is. It's in like episode 2. He sees something on a shirt or like a newspaper or something and he reacts to it.
Oh god.
Which isn't how his power works.
Doesn't hear words.
Well, no.
Well, doesn't hear
because he sees the like the 3D maps of everything just without the textures.
Sonar,
yeah. So like, if he could see my arm right now, but he wouldn't know that there's tattoos on it.
Exactly. That's that'd be weird.
So I had to reboot. But yeah, so we've got let's go through some of these talking points because there's like the first one already. I like completely, I don't know, like it's an interesting shift from what my like attitude towards this show was, and like the idea of what again not being Daredevil season 4, but being a soft reboot, and like the attitude around that.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable watching because I'm like, where does this fall? What happened and what didn't happen, and also like what has happened since then. Like he doesn't talk about the fact that like, oh, I know She-Hulk. Like it's very much got that Marvel problem of like, oh, I know Spider-Man. I'm friends with Spider-Man.
And yet
he also lives in New York.
And yet they've got Kingpin talking about all of his like cameo exploits.
Yeah.
Because like for whatever reason, I was expecting him to have been in prison, like Daredevil season 3 prison this whole time. But I forget that they like had Vincent D'Onofrio for a weekend and they used the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
So now you've got to like, if you want to see why Fisk has been missing, I guess
you've got to watch.
You've got to watch Echo
and Hawkeye.
Clint Barton's music app.
Yeah, like I haven't all transparency. I haven't watched Echo.
I haven't watched Echo either because who gives a piss? Like, that's one of the things I don't like as well. Is I don't think the show can make up its mind on if it's a soft reboot or a continuation of the story.
Because they don't want to put a label on it, because if they put a label on it, people can be like, I don't like it because it's a soft reboot.
And I think that's what the reshoots were all about. I think it was originally a soft reboot, and then they were like...
It was originally like 20 episodes, wasn't it?
I guess. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 20 episodes, and they reduced it down to...
18. They split it to 9 to make season 1, season 2.
And that's cool. Producer Princess, if you didn't hear her, said that they like... It's 18 episodes, but they split into 9 episode seasons for the full story arc, I suppose. And that's cool, because like having a coherent story across the 2 seasons, I'll take way more than like having individual seasonal stories. I think that's something that Breaking Bad really does. It has like a full story that is broken up into seasonal chapters.
Yeah.
But...
Well, because like the difference between a show that they go, oh, we'll go season by season and see how we go, or a show that's like, we're banking on the fact that we will run for a while.
Yeah.
You can feel the difference. But also, speaking of like the story and stuff like that, he's like, oh, I'm no longer Daredevil. Didn't we get that already?
Exactly. That was the whole fucking... Well, I mean, the whole point of season 3 was I'm no longer Matt Murdock. And then the whole point of this season's gonna be I'm no longer Daredevil. It's basically the same thing. And like, one of the things I was disappointed in is I was expecting this to be an adaptation of Chip Zdarsky's run, which is my favorite fucking comic run of all time. Came out in like 2018, and that is where Daredevil accidentally kills a man and stops being Daredevil for a while. And I thought they were going to go that way, especially when
Punisher was introduced and all that kind of stuff, because that would make it interesting.
That would make it interesting.
The fact that, like, Daredevil kills somebody and Punisher's like, how good was that? And he's like, no, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that.
And I thought Daredevil killed Bullseye. And I was like, that's really interesting and really cool. Because, like, of course Daredevil would... Yeah, because Foggy's dead. Of course he would break his rule on the person who killed Foggy. And then, despite us hearing the fucking vertebrae disintegrate from that man, Bullseye just opens his eyes. Tee-hee. He's fine. Because I watched it with Cassidy, and then afterwards Cassidy was like, so what are Bullseye's powers? And I was like, fun fact, it's just the, like, accuracy thing.
It's just really good accuracy and daddy issues.
Yeah. And yes, he has an adamantium spine, but he, like, belly flopped. His ribcage is gone. But I was thinking they were going to kill Bullseye and have that be the person that Matt killed, and, like, the catalyst for him quitting. But the catalyst for him quitting was the fact that he thought he wanted to kill someone, but he didn't. But he was gonna. And, like, that is way fucking weaker. You know? I think they were, like, afraid of the fan backlash if they killed Bullseye. We got so much of Bullseye in Season 3. And I think, like, the attitude of, like, he wasn't in costume, so it wasn't Bullseye. Like,
no, it was better because he wasn't.
Exactly. He was in Daredevil's costume, and it was fucked up because he was traumatizing people. And he left such an impact. He killed Father Langstrom?
Landon.
100 bits accuracy and daddy issues.
Yeah.
100 bits accuracy and daddy issues.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Like, what does... I'm pretty sure he kills somebody and Daredevil has to be like, it wasn't me, I'm so sorry, it wasn't me.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm thinking about something else. I'm thinking about Wolverine and Logan.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, the same situation.
Mm.
But, like, I didn't know, because I'm not a huge Marvel individual story reader. I didn't know that when Bullseye went to the church to kill Karen Page, it was set up because in the comic books, that's how Karen Page dies. Did you know that?
No, that's fucked up. That's cool though.
That's like, it was setting up for that exact moment, and then Father Landon jumped in the way, and that was a big shock that he actually died, because people in the comic books, like people that know the comic books and know that story, know that that's how she dies.
That's cool, because they were kind of teasing that for the whole season.
Yeah.
With, like, hello Karen.
It's nice to see you.
Nice
like,
to see you.
oh, he's such a good villain.
Yeah.
He's so fucked up.
And, like, for that to have been his final scene, like, I get, like, that scene sucked, but for him to kill...
So nonchalantly, too, would have been amazing.
For him to kill, like, Matt's father and Matt's best friend and dip from the series, that would have been perfect. And he's functionally dead as well, because he's in prison for however long, until he gets broken out and has an underwhelming fight scene again. But back to the topic. I think it was going to be a soft reboot, and that's where, like, all this new stuff comes in. And the new stuff is good, and it feels like it's got...
Because it wasn't... I don't think it was going to have Foggy, and I don't think it was going to have Karen.
And then,
I think it was going to be something completely different. It was going to be a different story.
We've got quotes from the creators about the reshoot.
Whoa!
Oh, let's go.
Let's look into the reshoots together. Yo, listen up, here's a story about a little guy who got chemicals in his face, and all day and all night and everything he sees. But yeah, I feel like it felt like a sharp pivot. It felt like they were like, the hoes are gonna hate this, and they just fucking... They were like, let's get Karen and Foggy in the first 10 minutes.
Spoiler alert, I didn't realize that this was a thing. Touching on yesterday's episode, so this was when episode 3 was released.
Who's yesterday's episode?
White Tiger's death scene was reshot to make it clear that he was shot by a dirty cop wearing the Punisher symbol.
Oh, that's... went over my head.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I was like, that's the Punisher.
I was like, it could easily be... I was like, oh, it's definitely either the Punisher or a dirty cop. But, like, I think that they're going to be dealing with the situation of there will be a camera or something nearby, and it'll catch that someone wearing the Punisher Symbol killed White Tiger, and they go, oh, it was the Punisher, and then the Punisher's gonna come back and be like, no, it fucking wasn't.
It wasn't me, Red. I kill scumbags like that in a heartbeat, but it wasn't me.
Also, I don't know how I feel about the marriage counselor subplot.
Yeah, I'm glad you don't like that as well. See, that's my biggest fucking problem with this season. I've got a few of them. Like, Matt...
Punisher from Marvel Rivals, the exact one.
Matt is on brand. Matt's being kind of an arsehole, but also not all the way an arsehole.
And he's funny, but not like... I was really worried that the self-deprecating humor wasn't gonna be as much there. Like, I thought they were just gonna go like, oh, we're gonna ignore that he's blind. But no, he's like...
They did when he read that fucking shirt.
Judge, jury, executioner, that is correct.
Yeah.
10 bits.
George.
10 bits, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so... The one character that I was excited to see. Because, like, at the end of the day, at the end of the fucking day,
It's the end of the day.
at the end of the day, the Chip Zdarsky run of Daredevil, 2 main characters. Sure, Foggy's in it. Love Foggy. But
Big kisses for Holly.
two main characters in that run are Wilson Fisk and Daredevil. And I think Daredevil's stories are really, really interesting when they act as co-protagonists on the other side of the conflict, facing up against each other, but not being story and both having their own struggles for the story. And I think this is like kind of the first time that we've gotten that setup. We kind of got it in season 3, and we were kind of rooting for Wilson Fisk, which is why when everything came crashing down at the end, it was bittersweet. It was beautiful, but it was bittersweet because Wilson Fisk got ripped away from Vanessa.
Vanessa, material girl.
And his first scenes in this new show, and him as a character, like,
That's so not what we saw in season 3.
that's not Wilson Fisk. Like, his first shot, fucking SWAT Codes 101, they make him look so small. He's standing on a little doorway, like, Vanessa,
I pulled my pants.
peed the bed, Vanessa.
Yeah.
Vanessa, we need to change the cling wrap again, Vanessa.
Like, it's so not putting a finger on anything that's happened in the last couple of years.
Vanessa, I pinched a loaf in my kingpin pants.
Like, it's like so... Oh, I was in rehab because I hurt myself, or I got hurt by a vigilante, so I have to, like, hate vigilantes and all that kind of stuff. But they're not saying what vigilante, and they're not saying how long he was gone for, and they're not saying anything that's like putting a number or a day or anything to that.
And he would know that BB is fucking Ben Urich's granddaughter, the grand niece.
He
whatever.
says that. He goes like, "Oh, I know him. He was very nice."
Well, so why? I guess having a Ben Urich on your side would be handy, but also, wouldn't you be suspicious? Wouldn't you be like, oh, you know, she might be torn up by the fact that this guy's dead, and her being a journalist, and her being a fucking Urich would probably be able to put 2 and 2 together that I did it, so why would I have her running my fucking campaigns for me? Why would I have this dipshit JD Vance cardboard cutout stand-in here? Wilson Fisk would never allow that brute-licking sack of grease to be in his fucking inner circle. He'd have someone cool, or someone pathetic that he could manipulate, but that's kind of not his thing. Wilson Fisk, here's the biggest thing. Here's the biggest fucking problem with Wilson Fisk. Is they were trying to do a Trump thing so hard. They even gave this was the thing that like really, really fucking pissed my kidney stones. When he got elected, all the fucking blue Wilson Fisk MAGA hats, like, the most on-the-nose bullshit. And it's so fucking, like, my partner said this as well. Like, they're trying to sell it as the cult of personality thing that happened with Trump. But it completely and utterly erases the true danger of people in power being able to use their fucked up connections and charisma to get further into power and to dodge bullets. And that's not what Wilson Fisk does. He uses his power to do that. Wilson Fisk, like, always kind of had like a Trump allegory, a Trump connection, but it was inferred. It was never on the fucking nose. And we didn't need Wilson Fisk MAGA hats saying Fisk will fix it for us to fucking understand. And it's a different type of power. Wilson Fisk is general power, that the money, the fact that money in this capitalist system and the corruption that comes with it, the ability to buy off the police and the judges and anyone you want. That is the scariness of it. He doesn't use charisma. And like Trump does also use the money thing, but he also uses charisma and he preys on people, the American people. He worms his way into those who are incurious and he gives them all of the answers they could possibly need. But they don't seek answers themselves. So when they get answers from Trump, it makes sense to them because he knows how to talk down to the people who are incurious enough to believe what he's saying. And when it doesn't work, that's when he gets his wallet out. Wilson Fisk, completely different. So having that allegory rammed down our throats and treating it like a straight thing is completely and utterly insulting and dangerous. It's irresponsible and ruins my favorite fucking Daredevil villain. And then there's a scene with the Subway sandwich. Why is he making jokes? Why is he smiling and making jokes? Why is he eating a big, greasy, funny sandwich and being like,
because
I know where your family lives.
Yeah, that's why he's making the jokes.
But he doesn't. Wilson
normalizing
Fisk doesn't make jokes. He's not a jokester. He's not a ha-ha guy. He should be treated like he is like the street level Thanos. Thanos wasn't like, oh, Gamora. I'm eating a funny space sandwich, Gamora. And lifts up the funny space Subway packet to show a picture of Nebula getting tortured. That's not, no. Wilson Fisk has never had to do that.
Would have gone hard though.
What's up?
Would have gone hard.
Oh, it would have gone hard. But Wilson Fisk, once he has you in his office, you know, realistically, there's nothing you can do. And he knows
the power
that.
that Wilson Fisk had in season 3 felt like from the beginning, he was in control of everything.
Yeah.
The fact that like he had the cops in his pocket, the fact that he had the FBI in his pocket from day one, the fact that like, oh, who do you think, you know, said no to your insurance claim?
Yeah.
Who do you think wanted you in money? Who do you think was the one that said no to like your bank loans for the deli? Like all that kind of stuff. Wilson Fisk felt like he was in charge from day one.
Exactly.
And this doesn't feel like a contrast to that. It doesn't feel like, oh, he's working his way up from the ground again, like it would be, because he's been like he was killed, he was dead. It doesn't feel like he's working his way up again. It just feels like he's still got the same power, but weirder and different.
Yeah, it's because in the Chip Zdarsky run, Wilson Fisk is mayor, but he's also still like trying to double hand that with being the Kingpin. He is still the Kingpin. He still acts like the Kingpin. He takes time out of his busy mayoral fucking schedule to give someone the cement boots. And that's what we should be seeing. We should have those moments to remind us that, like, he is still the Kingpin. We haven't seen him do anything Kingpin-y. And I don't need to see him crush another guy with a fucking car door. I just need him to be imposing. I need him to... Because that's the thing. Wilson Fisk has zero charisma.
Right now, he's just so like, oh, I don't want to lose my wife. I don't want to be a mayor. Why does he want to be mayor? It's not like, ooh, why does he want to be mayor? Is it because of like heinous reasons that we don't know yet? What's his plan? It's like, no.
No, he just kind of wanted to
He just kind of wanted to be mayor for the sake of wanting to be mayor, and we don't know.
Yeah, he's just kind of mayor now. I guess it's what his dad wanted, but, you know, since when did he look up to his fucking dad?
When his dad was on the... Well, I mean, his dad looked up at him when he was on the ground.
Yeah.
Dead.
Kicking him.
But the fact that we got such a good, like, nuanced, multifaceted, and effortlessly evil character, and now he's been just whittled down to...
Make comments now?
Can we go to the hotel that has the cock chair again, Vanessa?
Yeah, it's real. Like that whole like what happened with Adam or some shit.
She fucked Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I don't.
Born again.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get the. I don't get Kingpin's a cuck storyline.
Yeah, and like that's fine. Like he doesn't have to be, you know, like. I don't know. You can explore these things with characters and still have them be intact, but he's not intact in any other facet of his like life or mayor and daddy issues. Exactly. But, like, with him being mayor, it'd be really cool if, like, in the fucking comics... If, like, in the comics...
You should know this too.
And you should know this too. Being mayor, Wilson Fisk discovers that it's worse than being Kingpin. And you should
Every
know
time
this too.
Kael goes on a rant, Kael's doing it whilst looking at himself on the camera.
So I need to see how stupid I look.
Computer. So I'm really like, look at the camera. Look him in the eyes.
It really feels like we're going to hit a point where it's like the Kingpin impotency storyline.
Yeah.
Vanessa, I can't keep it up anymore. It's all the omelets, Vanessa. They've gummed up my arteries. My cholesterol's through the fucking roof, Vanessa.
And that's the thing as well. They butcher so many. It's like they're like, hey, you see the little elements of this show that you liked. We're gonna write it all on a piece of paper, and we're gonna floss our assholes with it. The one take. What if it was covered in smoke and you couldn't see anything?
Yeah, that like closed door fight scene behind was so bad.
The omelet scenes. What if he was out of focus? What if we had him upside down to show you that he's like evil?
Yeah. It doesn't fuck.
It doesn't fuck?
Doesn't fuck.
Are you conceding that Daredevil doesn't fuck?
No, Wilson Fisk, I mean.
Yeah, Wilson Fisk doesn't fuck. And here's the thing. That's what, one talking point we've had.
Teleport redeemed. Hydrate.
Hi. I ran out of drink.
New drinks.
Sure, yes, please.
Yeah.
Drink up, lady. Is this allowed? Are you allowed to look into my soul like that? Are you Wilson Fisk? Do you have daddy issues? I'm actually not allowed to ask that.
You will have daddy issues. I will make it happen.
Me. Kevin McMaxford.
I'm going to glue a clown wig to your dad's head. For better or for worse. Oh, and there's only one bed.
Are you about to enemies to lover their dad?
No, there's only one Coke can. That we're drinking from these lovely D&D Live Presents mugs.
You can get one too from our Etsy store.
Yeah, you can also get other things from the Etsy store, such as clothing.
Coasters.
Coasters! You can get coasters as well. For you to rest your gaming drinks on when you
I
play
have daddy issues.
Dungeon and Dragon.
I have daddy issues, how are you?
Holy shit, that is the best mouthful of Coke Zero I've ever tasted. Thank you.
Hydrate.
I've been load-rating for so long.
Hydrate. I hear you like I'm young.
Floss your eye. What?
Hydrate.
Stinking much.
Yeah! It does stink. We're trying to figure out why it does that.
Smells fucking like success, baby.
It smells like the BO.
What's that? What did you say? That's a really weird sweater. Boom.
Boom.
It's a hoodie. Boom.
Boom.
It's a sweater. Boom. It's a hoodie.
Help me.
Boom. Boom.
I have to.
Ready? A double side, baby. Ew!
This jumper is back shot friendly.
You get shot in the back and be like, oh, dude, what is this?
Yeah. You'd be getting your shit absolutely faz clapped. And the person on the back would be like, oh, D&D Live Presents.
And it's soft too.
And it's soft. They could be pulling your hair. They could be pulling the hoodie instead. You know, there are different layers to this. The D&D Live Presents hoodie. I'm doing the thing again. Why do I keep looking at myself?
I would keep looking at myself.
Used to be over there.
I would keep looking at myself if I looked like Kael.
I think I'm.
What you can do is you can get a loved one, right?
I'm narcissist.
Find a loved one. Make them wear one of these hoodies, and then like the hoodie will smell like them, and then it'll be good times forever.
Grab somebody sexy, tell them, hey, give me a.
Kael?
No, it's like pretty clear day actually. The shift from gritty, grounded tone to more MCU friendly approach.
I think. Yes, I was looking forward to the show. Yes, I wanted the show as soon as possible. But releasing this show now, when the MCU is in such shambles and there's no clear directory, it fucks the show.
It does. Well, the thing is, I think...
I was expecting one of them to be like, yeah, I was gone for 5 years.
True.
I was expecting one of them, because it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
One of those motherfuckers would have been like, yeah, I was gone for 5 years. How was your 5 years?
Exactly. They could, you know what? Instead of having Foggy shot in the streets like a dog, they could have just had him, they could have had him just be blipped.
You know what I really wanted
Set
instead?
the show in the 5 years.
You know what would have been, okay, close your eyes, imagine this is the opening scene. They're in a bar, they're having a great time. Foggy is still hitting on that girl. It's really weird to establish that he's no longer with
Marcy, which
Marcy.
sucks.
Yeah, because they were really cute together.
Yeah, what
Really
the fuck
cute together.
happened to Marcy?
Or, this is a little headcanon if you want, cut the woman out of the bar,
Ouch.
and he's just talking to the bartender.
There's blood everywhere.
So, like, he might go, oh yeah, I have to go back to Marcy, I have to find Marcy. Like, oh, I can't wait to go see Marcy tonight, she's at her folks for dinner or whatever. Like, anything like that.
Yeah.
Imagine Foggy gets a call. He leaves to go out the front, and Matt hears Foggy's heart have a heart attack. So he goes through the trauma of losing Foggy while also going through the trauma of not being able to do anything about it.
Yeah, because it's like natural.
Yes. It is such the Superman, like, that's what happens to Superman's dad. Because...
I still closing my eyes?
You can't do it now. Because Superman loses his dad because he has to learn he can't save everyone.
Foggy turns to Matt.
One hand clutching his chest, one hand like, no, Matt. But imagine that.
And then a tornado sweeps.
Imagine the heartbeat just boom, boom.
Yeah.
And like, imagine that scene, you hear a heartbeat, and you don't know why you hear a heartbeat until it stops.
Or you think you're hearing a heartbeat because like something's happened to Marcy or like something like that. But no. It's Foggy's heart.
That would have been so much better because it would have made sense as to why Matt and Karen were so distant, because Matt blames himself and Karen's like, you physically shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because we've done this.
Yeah.
We've done the whole, I
And
don't
that-
want to be Matt, I don't want to be Daredevil.
And that drives Matt to be more violent. Like, that's the thing. That's how they drive themselves away. Like, Matt gets more violent. He starts like beating up on people, and it doesn't talk to Karen. You can still do the time skip and have like Matt be like bloodied, and at the end of a montage of like Daredevil answering random police scanner calls, and like you could even do an homage to like the first Daredevil sighting in the Netflix show, where like you have the shipping containers and the like sex traffickers. Like, have him face that scenario, but he's so much more brutal. Like, you could tell, like, he listens for when someone's knocked out, and he keeps punching them anyway, because he's vengeful now.
Yeah.
And then, like, that pushes Karen away, and Karen's like, look, I can't do this. I'm going to San Francisco, or whatever, wherever she goes. And then Matt blames himself, and then, like, maybe potentially kills someone? Should kill someone.
Or you keep the whole Bullseye fight, and Bullseye gets out, and he's like, I'm gonna kill Karen, and then Daredevil, who is already killing, goes, no. Because, like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Like, they brought back Bullseye to then put him in jail immediately.
Yeah.
He comes back, kills Foggy, goes to jail.
Which would have been impactful and cool if Daredevil killed him. That would have been pretty sick. That would have been the best way to write him off.
Because it would have also linked perfectly to Season 3 with, at the end of Season 3, Bullseye gets enhancements.
Oh, he gets like a spine, doesn't he?
He gets a spine?
Yeah.
He grows a backbone.
Gets an adamantium spine.
Yeah.
Which, it's been pointed out, should be poisoning him and killing him. He doesn't have a healing factor.
It's just...
He's speedrunning Logan right now.
He's like, they put this thing inside me and it's killing me. Like Wolverine. Yeah, but Wolverine heals, buddy.
Fuck. Yeah.
It's just, like, I like the show. I don't love it. It doesn't feel like I'm back with my old buddies.
Yeah. The first... I'm going to use this as a slur, which you probably won't like, because you like the CW shows. But there are a lot of CW-isms
Yes, but the thing with the CW shows is you know what you're walking into.
Whereas
you're walking into a lower budget, you can see when the stunt doubles are on shot versus the actors.
The fucking camera shake where like CGI Daredevil like lands for the first time and it's a big like hero shot.
But that's so CW.
Yeah.
I want to show you the scene where Green Arrow zips away on a zip line or like on a grappling hook. It's the exact same shot.
Really?
It's the exact same shot. One happened a decade earlier and probably had the budget of a tenth of that.
What was the radioactive sex scene in Green Arrow?
I, at the moment, wouldn't be surprised if there was a radioactive sex scene in Daredevil.
Here's another thing. The fucking licensed music. The licensed music really fucking purples my nurple right now. Because, like, the best scene in the show is the scene where Matt, not even Daredevil, is fighting those two cops. And it's a return.
Yeah, I should rewrite TV shows. We should write TV shows.
He can't help himself but to turn to violence to save
Marcy
this
was
life. Maybe Marcy was what?
Maybe Marcy was blipped. But like this, I don't know if this takes place during the blip or after the blip, because there's no mention of the blip.
Yeah.
This could, imagine if the last episode was, oh no, the blip's happening.
I think in the current MCU chronological order on Disney Plus, it's the last thing to have happened. So it's the most recent thing.
So he's already fucked She-Hulk.
Yes.
So him and Karen Page have not been together this whole time?
They said everything from the Disney shows is like canon, but they might just not address it again.
But Wilson Fisk is hinging off of it.
Are you saying what to Daredevil fucks She-Hulk? Because he does.
Yeah, She-Hulk pegs the ever-loving eyesight back into Matt Murdock.
And
he can't see...
Fun thing about She-Hulk, go through the comics. She fucks.
Yeah. She fucks Luke Cage, Thor...
Iron Man. She pegged Iron Man.
She...
Jules.
Producer Princess Jules. She fucking...
I can imagine she would, yeah.
It's bolder than to have another character named Peggy. The way She-Hulk be fucking rocking around New York.
And Peggy, the Skylar sisters.
But yeah, the fucking license music, like that fight
She
scene.
called Iron Man a good boy and then pegged him.
That fucking Jarvis, spread my ass.
Jarvis, hold my calls for the next 2 hours.
Jarvis, Operation Jolly Green Giant.
Jarvis, call him the Hulkbuster if you know what I'm saying. Oh, goodness. I think we've talked on Daredevil more than we need to.
I will say.
Apparently we haven't.
I will say. The last scene of episode 2 was like, I was like, okay, shit, we're back. This is amazing. He fights those two cops. We get the flash of the Punisher tattoo. I'm like, ooh, that's cool. That's a cool, like, a real-world commentary that doesn't, like, bolt into a fist and then shove down my fucking throat. The MAGA hats, I'm still mad. I'll die mad about that. That should have been concept art that never fucking left the table.
It should have been like, oh, look what we were going to do. And
Yeah.
like, oh, that's so silly. I'm so glad you didn't do that.
They should have slapped that intern silly. But Matt knocks these two guards out. He's like returns to his violence, and he screams, and that scream is so good.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's so like, why did you make me do this?
Exactly. And then it cuts to Get Free to be like, yeah, what a badass scene that was. Daredevil kicked the fuck out of those guys.
Also, I don't think... No, you haven't touched on it, and I didn't think you would.
I'm never... we talked about this, I'm not doing that for you.
Okay. I didn't think you would touch on it. Such a skippable theme. The opening theme song? Like, yeah. So skippable.
The wax is like a way to symbolize his Catholic guilt, and also it could be blood as well for his grappling with violence, and also it's a way of showing his radar sense and the world on fire. What did the statues mean? Why are they crumbling? I don't fucking know. The theme? Here's another thing. Here's another thing with the fucking... Is it a continuation? Is it a reboot? Because they're like, we're going to use the Daredevil theme again, guys. But we're going to suck all of the source. We're gonna use like fucking 20% of the instruments. It's gonna be done by the X-Men '97 guys, which is great if this is a fucking animated show, but it's not. This is a Daredevil. It's not gonna be composed. It's gonna be put in a NutriBullet and splashed back at you like Nickelodeon gack.
I don't think you can say that on Twitch. Gack.
Can you say gack? We're good. I got a thumbs up for gack.
Yeah, gack.
And I was watching it today. I was watching episode 3 today. Episode 3 is good. I recommend just skipping to episode 3, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, just don't watch episode 1.
Because
you don't need episode 1. They say everything that happened in episode 1.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, fuck, he died. We saw it.
Watch
we
episode...
don't need to hear someone say it. We saw it.
We were there too! Watch episode 2, get a little confused, and then when they ham-fistedly like,
oh, remember last episode when this happened? I'm Donald Trump now. My name is Wilson Fish. This is a pothole. I will not let this stand.
Oh, that's so funny.
People of New York.
That's so funny.
I will fix this pothole myself.
But the thing was, with that scene, imagine, right? Imagine if that scene was the same bridge from Spider-Man No Way Home that Doc Ock and Green Goblin fucked up. Imagine if we saw Kingpin fixing the repercussions of different MCU stuff, because that's a genuine issue in the MCU.
Yeah.
A genuine issue is, who's gonna pay for that? Who's gonna pay for all the damages? Wilson Fisk is like, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make this be fixed. Imagine if that was his whole thing, because that would be him against the heroes. But it's not. It's him going, there's a pothole? Look, can we fix this pothole? Can we fix it?
Yeah.
You, man standing around with clipboard. Also, it is a very big commentary on the whole, like, every time you drive past a trade, he's just standing around. There's just one dude in the hole and 3 blokes going, yeah, nice.
oh,
Good.
yep.
Not saying that. Tradies work very hard. They're way bigger than us, Kael.
Fuck you.
They could take both of us but at the same time.
I've worked in a fight, right?
Yeah.
I've worked on job sites.
I don't know, Kael.
I've
Point
seen
to the disco ball.
Some lime shirt motherfuckers.
Point to the disco ball, Kael.
What?
Point to the disco ball. How would you, if you were in a car with somebody and you had a disco ball, how would you point to it?
Oh. See, I got the disco ball set up over there. And this isn't even a muscle. My arms look tiny in this shirt.
No, they do not.
What the fuck? I've been nerfed. Just got the disco ball back there, so when the light hits that way.
Tradies do that here too. Tradies, yeah. It's really, like, I know they're doing a job that I would absolutely hate.
You wanted me to stay.
But my god, is it so funny to drive past this one dude in like a little scoop machine, and then like 3 blokes just like, yeah, scoop that.
Yeah, mate. Slur, yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, mate, slurs.
Yeah, mate, asterisk slur.
Yeah. Have you seen the most recent episode of Emu Export?
Oh,
yeah,
the latest episode of Emu Export.
My wife Sandra fucking hates me.
Guess what? I hate her! Can we do an episode where we're just doing this as tradies?
I mean, we've both been in high vis before. We're forklift certified. Before you guys say shit,
hold on to your knickers, girls.
We're both and boys.
Hold on to your knickers, boys.
Hold on to your fucking your cages.
We're both forklift certified.
We're both forklift certified. And we paint Warhammer? I know, right?
100 bits for nerved muscles making me feel funny.
Yeah, nerve muscles make me feel funny. Thank you for the 100 bits. Clip that. I am forklift certified. Kael is forklift certified.
And I whip that shit.
We have done some serious doughies. Yeah, 10 bits of forklift certified.
Yeah.
And
I've tripped over the forks.
And not to... Yeah, it's a good video. And not to my own horn, but I know what feminist literature is.
6'1", by the way. Sorry, ladies.
Forklift certified bits. Oh, goodness. Anyway,
my bits
are you done with Daredevil? You've pulled him to shreds? Speaking of, how is your Daredevil?
The last time I heard Get Free was in fucking Hoodwinked. You know.
You got hoodwinked?
No, hoodwinked.
But did you get hoodwinked?
The film.
Yeah, my girlfriend is forklift certified, so I am by association. That's not how it works, but thank you for the 10 bits.
I think your girlfriend was there when we were getting forklift certified.
I don't think she was.
No? She was already forklift certified?
I think so.
What the fuck? How does one learn these powers? From a bloke named Phil.
And his family.
Yeah. Anyway, that's enough Daredevil. I fucking hate it. Episode 3 is cool though.
Yeah! 100 bits! 10 bits! 10 bits!
I think it's delaying the delaying the bit donations.
Why is it doing that? Why is it edging us?
Yeah, she's been forklift certified for a long time. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, she's been certified for a long time. I don't know what certification.
Bro, you
But
cert?
boy, how has she got them?
Have you been certed?
You certed?
You certed, bro?
Nah, I dropped down to my cert.
Alright, you're an hour in. Do you want to go to break now, or do you want to tease the next segment and then go to break?
So...
Oh, cut to break when I hand signal. It'll be really funny.
Okay.
I'm gonna say preemptively, we miss you already, and then Kael's gonna do a bit. We miss you already.
We miss you already. Join us, because we're going to go from one superhero TV show to another. We're going to be talking about...
Invincible! Hiya, dreamers. We're back.
Hello.
And boy howdy, we're going to be talking about another TV show.
Invincible, starring the guy himself, Invincible.
This is Luna. Say hi, Luna.
She's shy. She's purring though. Purring a bit. She hates me. I sent 8 million watts of static electricity into her little schnauz, and now we're mortal enemies.
She's my friend though.
Yeah, she loves Hayden. Yeah, you're right, Luna.
Oh, Luna. Hi, Luna.
Hello, Luna. Do you want to talk to chat?
This is Luna. She lives at the studio.
This is Luna's first stream. Is this Luna's first stream?
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's Luna's fuck-ass daughter.
Grandma.
She's Grandma, Granny Luna.
Little love.
Little loaf.
This is my little love. Say hi, little love.
Permission for her to stay.
Oh, she purring.
Oh, she purring.
Oh, she
That's
purring.
for Luna.
Oh, bits for Luna.
Peaceful Luna. She's looking at me like she wants to kill me. She hates my pussy.
Nobody show this to my cat.
Ferris is listening to Dancing on My Own right now. But yes, hello, welcome back. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, we talked about Daredevil, Born Again. The first couple episodes.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
And now we're going to talk about Invincible because Invincible was really fucking good this season. There was a lot of season 2 that I didn't like, but season 3 is really good. So spoilers for Invincible season 3. We're not going to be spoiling anything from the comics, even though that's super fucking commonplace. I'm not going to be talking about how in the future Omni-Man does a whip and a nay-nay on Viltrum and blows up the planet.
Yeah, Omni-Man does a whip it and goes crazy.
Yeah.
Mark,
I'm off the nags.
I'm off the fucking nags, Mark. Why would you make me do this?
Think, Mark, because I can't. Yeah, Invincible season 3 came out. Kael, have you watched all of season 3?
Yes.
Good boy. What did you think? Let me check my notes to see what I think. Let me check my opinion notes.
My opinion notes say Invincible season 2.
I think
Often? Does it hurt?
I think it lives up to season 1, and it blows season 2 out of the water.
Huge. Absolutely huge.
Like, I do think that the final fight is a little too similar to the final fight of season 1.
You think it's similar at all?
Yeah. They do the whole train thing again, this time with a beach. I do really like Conquest. I think Conquest is really cool.
A lot of people's issues are the voice cast for it. I have no issue with it.
Yeah, it's Jeffrey Dean fucking Morgan.
It's literally, as someone who's watched The Walking Dead, it's so great.
A lot of people have pointed out because Glenn's actor is the voice actor for
Stephen
Mark.
Yeun.
Yeah, Stephen Yeun, like Glenn through Invincible, has finally gotten revenge on Negan.
Yeah. And like the behind the scenes is crazy, like the way he gets into the character of Conquest.
He kills like 12 people.
Yeah. But like, it's just so good. The whole season, I watched the first couple of episodes with a friend and we were like, oh, it feels like the first couple of episodes are the final couple of episodes. Like, the way that so much was happening, the way that like, it felt like it was building up to like a civil war.
The like premiere of this season and then the like subsequent weekly episodes was done so much better than the like split stuff of season 2 where they're like, we're going to release half of it now and then half of it later.
Don't even talk to me about that fucking season split shit.
Yeah, it was awful. Rough. Season 2 was a rough.
Don't even. It was just awful.
I've been caught barking on camera. Rough. You caught me in the act, haven't you?
Oh. Well, you caught me in the act, haven't you?
Yeah.
What's that from? You've said that in a video before.
I have. That was a reference. That was a slash rough. Slash rough, am I right?
That's how I like it.
Any fucking way.
I really liked it. I haven't read any of the Invincible comics, and now that I've started watching the show and I'm enjoying the show, I'm not going to. Purely based on the fact of I'm going to experience it for the first time on the show.
And there's like plenty
on
different.
On the show? Yeah, I'm in the show.
There is plenty different in the show as well. So if you have read the comics, it is still very much worth watching. Apparently, like whole characters are like given way more importance in the show, and like some shit parts of the show have been changed and gotten rid of entirely. I think this season's really fucking clean. I think the dilemma that they set up, where it's like kind of a civil war situation between Cecil and Mark, and their whole...
The point is you can see both sides of, you're both somehow wrong.
Yeah, you're both being cunts about this. I wish you could talk. But I'm team Cecil on that. Like, in a world where they've gone through the shit that they've gone through,
someone needs to be the one to make the tough decisions.
Yeah, but like, why wouldn't you keep a Viltrumite head in a jar just so you can be like, okay, how the fuck do I kill a Viltrumite?
I will say, the final decision at the end by Cecil of the season.
Oh, that is silly.
That is Sicily.
Because that's definitely gonna fucking bite them in the ass.
Like, that's not even like, oh my god, the show is like setting something up. It's like, no, that goes against his entire character of like, oh, he's so smart, he does smart things. It's like, no,
this is silly.
This is literally gonna bite you in the ass, and even you know it.
Yeah. Like a character that the entire episode we've seen leveling cities, and you have the chance to like burn him and kill him forever, and you're like, no, he might.
This absolute killing maniac that put his fist through someone, through their chest, and then went, not good.
Almost ripped a fucking 10-year-old boy in half, and explained the step by step of like what parts of your body stretch and break as you're ripped into. Yeah, he'll make a good prisoner of war. One huge thing as the season was coming out, where people were complaining about the animation, and like clowning on it. And outside of, there's this one scene where characters are running down steps, and the background
moves. They don't. Yeah.
Like that's really bad. That's extremely bad. But other than that, like, you would have to fucking be on zoom and enhance mode.
Yes, I will say, there is a fight with Conquest where there is a frame where it's shot up at him.
And he's got both eyes. Yeah, that's hilarious.
If you're pumping out this show yearly and you have to cut corners, I'm fucking okay with that.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like, if the end of the show, or the end of the season, wasn't as amazingly done as it was, I'd be like, no, it's like there's no excuse for it then.
Yeah, especially...
But the final episode was everything animated.
Yeah.
Perfectly animated, except for that eye thing.
And the Invincible War?
Oh my god.
Immaculate. They were like saving everything they had for that, and you can tell.
I know you were talking about it before with the use of licensed music. The use of licensed music
in Invincible?
Good. Very fucking good. Because the song that plays after Rex explodes himself.
Cause I can lie and say I like it like that.
That's not what happened.
That's the song. Billie Eilish.
Yeah, it's when the party's over or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You got big points. You got big points for that. You're forklift certified, and you know your Billie Eilish songs by fucking name. You're not gonna be able to leave the house. Swarmed.
Yeah. Like, there are a certain few things where I'm like, ugh! Like, at a certain character's funeral, someone stands up and goes, I'm gonna take their name. It's
I've-
like, maybe not at the funeral.
I've already stolen their genetics and am now living in a fucked up child version of their body. But I'm gonna take their name. I'm gonna make the assimilation complete. And speaking of the funeral, this is the other animation thing where like all the characters are like just they're still frames from the like in animation you have character reference sheets to show you like to make sure that across all the episodes, no matter who's animating a character, you can see the like scale and design so the characters will be consistent across the scenes. And it's them in like a neutral pose. So at this funeral, all the characters are just ripped from their fucking their shit. So like Invincible is posted up like at like his friend's funeral.
Yeah.
And they're all just in a line like that. It's hilarious. And then Invincible's like, hey, I know we just buried your like first love, but you wanna fuck? And Eve's like, yeah, and then they go home and they smash.
But like that like final fight had moments where I have actually recoiled. Like in the show, there's been like one or two moments where I've gone like, ugh. This one was like, okay.
Yeah, and I thought, because I forgot, because like
I thought because I forgot.
Because in the Adam Eve special, which you should watch, that fucks. If you've seen Invincible but haven't seen the Adam Eve special, you need to watch it. It's fucking amazing. Like definite. Speaking of the animation, like definite peak of animation, the fight scenes and the choreography alone, beautiful. But you see that she has the ability to like do crazy godlike shit when she's pushed to the brink of death, and I forgot about that. So when she does it after getting gutted and her face punched in half, my jaw hit the floor. I was like, oh shit, that's
Also,
right.
Just the acting of some of these fucking voice actors.
Yeah.
So Stephen Yeun goes fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like the ability to act with like a lump in his throat of like he's full on like crying and be able to do so much with just your voice is insane.
It is insane. And normally when screen actors come and do voices, they can't hang. They can't do it like anyone else can. And J.K. Simmons has been like one of the exceptions for the longest time. But every single screen actor who's come onto Invincible has kind of hit it out of the fucking park.
Yeah.
Even Jonathan Banks, kid named Finger, he did it. He was in there. He was good.
What's his name? The guy from Breaking Bad.
That's Jonathan Banks.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. He's a bitch.
Oh no, no, it's Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah,
That's,
Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah. But he's in BoJack Horseman. He does a really good job in BoJack Horseman,
Okay.
so I was not surprised. But yeah, Powerplex is the character he plays. Powerplex is an amazing villain. Like,
There were no... My favourite thing about Invincible,
would
there's no filler episodes.
yeah, exactly. The closest we get.
There's like filler segments where there's like parts where you're like, oh, this is clearly the B plot.
Yeah.
This is clearly the B plot, and we're just going to get through it.
The only like fillery episode was the one with the prison.
But even still,
It was good as shit.
it's good as it's not like you're like, oh my god, can we get through this? It's not like, oh my god, can the Avatar just bend the lava around this city and can we move on?
Can they get out of the fucking canyon? Please. That episode of Avatar makes my blood boil.
Yeah.
That's a topic for another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, and even if that was a filler episode, I don't give a fuck. We got to see Auto-Tune Man again, and he's my favorite. Yeah. And War Woman's girlfriend.
Oh, but I thought when you said Prison Break, I thought you were referring to Battle Beast, Alien.
Oh, that Prison Break. That shit's good.
That shit's so good.
That shit's
I
so
love
good.
Battle Beast as a concept because it's like, what if Kraven the Hunter was just fucked?
Yeah.
What if Kraven the Hunter just didn't give a shit?
It felt so much like playing toys as a kid. It's like, I'm gonna take my Alan the Alien, my Battle Beast, and my Omni-Man, and they're gonna go...
They're gonna fight all these random aliens.
And so good. So yeah, Invincible Season 3 really fucking good. I think the animation, you can definitely tell if you're like really looking at it that there are cut corners. It doesn't really help that the style itself is a little bit bland. I think it's a versatile style. Like you can depict a lot of things with it. And it seems kind of inexpensive. But like I don't know. It's not everyone's cup of tea, and that makes a lot of sense, especially in the wake of things like Spider-Verse and other like animated things that have their own unique sort of style. But I think the like quote unquote blandness of the animation style does help ground you in this universe.
Also, it's just that fun world of superheroes are just so common. Like, especially in that Invincible War, we meet some weird people. Like, there's that like little kid with the big green guy.
Yeah, Boss Baby.
Yeah, Boss Baby with a briefcase.
Yeah, and he gets crushed instantly.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Poor Boss Baby.
I've seen so many edits of like when Conquest comes down, they're like, "Go business, baby, get him."
Yeah, Conquest rocked up when Boss Baby died.
Yeah.
He's like, I had to wait for the...
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Invincible, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I fucking love it. It's very, very gory and very serious on a lot of topics.
I think if you want a good adult hero thing, like a gritty, like nihilistic take on the superhero world, and The Boys is like a little bit too much for you, which I can absolutely understand. It's very gross. This is a good step down in terms of like bodily fluids.
If you grew up watching the Ninja Turtles and always really wondered why, like, when Leonardo slashed somebody, they didn't have like an open chest or like any wound at all, and they just like fell over, and you're like, oh, I wish they showed a little bit more. Watch Invincible, because boy howdy, and there's a Daft Punk mob boss who's like, I know where your family lives,
which means I own your ass.
What are you saying to me, boy?
Yeah,
it's really fun.
He's very good. And it's got J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is a beautiful voice actor. He was.
Bust it down, Mark.
Let me break
it down for you, Mark.
Mark, I'm goated. I'm pretty goated with this right now.
Yeah, it's a great show. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I've heard people describe it as the animated of The Boys. It's not, because The Boys is a lot more political.
Yeah, it's a similar concept, but yeah, the Invincible is more personal. It's more Mark's close family and like the ramifications.
Good morning.
The ramifications of like superhero world stuff on him and his like circle. Whereas The Boys is about power and such.
Yeah. I mean, in the first couple of episodes, you do really feel like the main character, Mark, is going to have to grapple with the fact that his friend William wants to fuck his dad.
Yeah.
You did have to grapple with that for a little bit.
Yeah.
What do the reviewers think?
The reviewers think it's stinky, and they are wrong. I think they're stinky. I think they need to get a shower. I think IGN is a really, really flawed system. It's like, hey, you want the one review for this? We've got like 18 reviewers, and they've all got their own very personal, individual takes on this. I think broad reviews. I'm gonna go off on a tangent again if I don't stop. What does IGN say?
I guess nothing. That's what IGN stands for.
Nothing of fucking note.
IGN says, after What Have I Done, which is the Invincible War,
yeah, I think,
ended on a high, promising action hand-in-hand with vital advancement for characters, the Season 3 finale, I Thought You'd Never Shut Up, drops the ball. Narratively scattered and thematically incoherent, it's the first bad episode Invincible has ever had. One that draws on familiar sides and stories from the show and other superhero media, but presents them with little to nothing beneath the surface.
There have been other bad episodes.
There have been.
There's been Season 2.
Yeah.
That, like, the whole kind of thing, like, I was thinking about this. You could have ended it after the Invincible War, but I think the fact that Conquest shows up while they're still cleaning up from the last event, like not giving the world a fucking break.
Not giving Mark a break.
Yeah, that's
no.
important.
There's like, I'm pretty sure there's like a week break between the two episodes. I think.
But even
still, I'm pretty sure something is said where it's like they like. I'm pretty sure they say like Darkwing. Darkwing's been gone for 2 weeks or something. They say something along those lines to infer that it's been 2 weeks since the Invincible War. But like, the reason that Conquest rocks up then is because Mark's like, I thought I killed someone and I should have and I didn't.
Yeah, and it's important. And like Mark is fucking tired. The entire season is about the consequences of Mark's actions, and so much so that him not killing Angstrom Levy
made things worse.
But him, like, fighting his dad and like all of that, creating Powerplex, and like the fact that no matter what he does, lives are going to be destroyed. He has to kill someone in an alternate dark future because of something that future him did.
If you've ever sat there and felt this situation is bad or bad, and I can't be the one to pick the bad. That's the entire season, and it is really gripping because it's superheroes, but it's down to earth because you're dealing with the fact of people have been in, like, not in those situations, but like dulled down situations of, no, I can't be the one to pick this bad decision, but I need to pick one of the two bad decisions. And that's what season 3 does really well.
So I think it's perfect that at the end of all of this, he's faced with like the epitome of that. Like someone from Viltrum, someone who's been sent after his father's failure, someone who reminds him of his like father, someone who does the same shit that his dad did to him. And like he couldn't fight or kill his father when that happened.
But the thing with the dad fight was he wasn't as strong. He could talk him down, because he did. He talked his dad down from the fight.
No.
There is no way of talking Conquest down from that fight.
Yeah, so he's faced with a similar situation that the only way out is to kill this man. After seeing the consequences of his actions, seeing like the lives that he's ruined. And like that makes that fight, that fight happening when it does is perfect. If the like next season started with the Conquest fight, we would be like, what the fuck? Why is Mark acting like this? Because we would have forgotten.
Yeah.
That's him
because
at the
these shows
point.
don't make them so that they're not made so you go back and rewatch before the start. If you do that, they're like, oh cool, you won't have to watch like the just so you know this happened. Because Invincible is riddled with, if you go back and watch these episodes quite often, you'll pick up on a lot more shit. The mummy situation?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Like, in season 1, they teased a mummy. In season 2, the mummy got somebody to possess and was like, wait, you're a female? I'm a misogynist. I can't possess a female. And then doesn't. And then gets, and like, the mummy situation comes up again.
Yeah, the mummy's freed, and then like, I can't even remember what happens. But yeah, like that, like, stuff like that is really fun.
Like, Invincible is so you can go back and rewatch it, and you'll pick up on a lot more things, but you don't have to.
Yeah. And
if they did the Conquest fight next season, it'd be odd.
It would be odd, and it wouldn't. It would, yeah. It would not fuck.
Also, imagine if the final fight was that like. Invincible versus Angstrom Levy again, but this time Angstrom Levy has balls.
Yeah, people would be pissed.
People would be like, that was such a dull ending.
It's like, cool, another Angstrom fight. Yeah, because it went so well last time.
Yeah, what the freak? People are going to be pissed either way. I think this way there's the least amount of things to be pissed about.
And also people saying that Conquest came out of nowhere.
False.
No, he fucking didn't. We were warned. We were warned that someone from Viltrum would come to, like... We were warned several times. Like, someone from Viltrum comes, fights Mark, and is like, someone worse is coming, be on the lookout. The start of this season starts with Mark training to fight whoever's coming. And then we're finally, like, shown that at the very end. It's, like, built up really nice, really well.
Do you want to know what IGN had to say about Conquest?
What did they have to say about
First
Conquest?
of all, I'm not one to speak on this, but it seems very ableist. Like, I'm not. This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It seems very ableist for the way they've written this. The arrival of the elderly one-armed Viltrumite warrior Conquest at a time when Mark is caught once again between killing or not sets the stage for a moral dilemma that never arrives.
It arrives with him.
The elderly one-armed Viltrumite warrior Conquest.
Yeah.
I don't think that's his defining features.
His defining feature is that he's yoked and terrifying. the fucking smelly, no bitches, old man shows up, and I don't like that. I like my superheroes young and fuckable, actually.
But whose conclusion is presented as though it were agonizing over 40 minutes instead, we're treated to a finale centered entirely around Conquest, who's better suited to play a transitional bad guy rather than the final boss of such an emotionally loaded season. Not only have we never seen Conquest prior to last week's closing moments, but also devoid of any real ideology, claiming to love only death and destruction makes him a useful foil to Mark, but as an exclamation point on Season 3. He's a giant shoulder shrug, little connection to anything meaningful within Invincible.
I don't think they watched the season.
I don't think they watched it.
I think they just watched the fight. And even then...
I think they watched it with the sound off on TikTok over 20 different parts.
Yeah,
while in the background, this man came to Earth. He came to fight Mark. Mark had to fight him in order to not die.
He watched it on Best Movies USA. But, because... And I guess they just, like, I don't know, had a fucking complete and utter mental lapse when Conquest leans in and tells Mark his whole deal. It's like, I'm really lonely. I was bred as a killing machine. I've been used as a killing machine my whole life. And now this is all I do. And this is the closest I felt to, like, warmth.
Okay, imagine, like, being in that situation where someone is really open and vulnerable and tells you how they're feeling because they think that you're going to die. Yeah. And then you think, oh shit, this person's telling me this because they're going to kill me.
Yeah. Because he says, take it with you to the grave.
Yeah, that's insane.
So he definitely tells all of his victims this. So he's actually really nuanced and cool. He's the saddest little boy on Earth, and the only people he has for company.
Oh, but he's old and he's got one arm.
You know what? You're right. Yeah, actually, let's fucking write this guy off forever.
He's got a prosthetic, but hey,
they didn't show him. They didn't show him in the other episodes looking mean.
No, it's better that we've never seen this person before.
Yeah.
Because this random Viltrumite rocks up, and Mark's like, no, I don't want you to take over this planet. Can you go away? And he's like, no, I'm here to stop you because that's my entire job. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And it's like, that makes this character interesting that he's literally a weapon.
And the fact that he's like, because it's Conquest. His whole thing is like, look, I don't want you to surrender.
Yeah. Like, Mark puts his hand up and he's like, no, stop. And he's like, you think I'm gonna... Nah.
No, I'm here for the fact that you're resisting.
Yeah.
That's the fun of this.
The reason I've been introduced to this planet is because they think that you won't, like, just hand over yourself willy-nilly.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about that because I get to do something. I don't just get to sit at home and fucking beat my schmeat.
They definitely watched it with the sound off, because the entire season they reference, like, the guy who's coming from Viltrum, and they just don't know, like, what or who is being sent, but they know that someone's coming. And that's like, yeah, that's, you know, foreshadowing through the dialogue of its show that's very dialogue heavy. Stinky. This guy needs to go back to watching Dragon Ball Z, I think.
Yeah. Who do they, like, do you reckon they just put an email out saying, hey, we need to do a review for this show, who's watched it?
Get the Cuphead guy, the guy who got stuck in the fucking Cuphead tutorial, get him to write this one. The exaggerated swagger dude is on fucking sabbatical right now.
Oh, I don't get it. Moral of the story, don't listen to any reviews by IGN. They give 10s to stupid shit, and anything good or anything popular, they go, no, it's bad, and they focus on the bad, so people will share their review, so more people will read their review, and I pity the fact that we've given this voice airtime because it's just what they want.
They give it a 4 out of 10.
They gave it a 4 out of 10?
4 out of 10?
I'd give IGN a 2 out of 10 in just everything.
2 fists to the mouth. Ah.
5 fingers to the face.
5 fingers to the butt.
That's a Victorious reference for my homies out there. Shout out if you've seen Victorious. They said it's bad?
Yeah.
I say IGN is bad.
What did they say about Silent Hill 2, out of curiosity?
Hey, did you ever watch Victorious as a kid?
No.
You should.
Did you ever watch Silent Hill 2 as a kid?
No.
That's good.
Did you ever watch The Hills Have Eyes as a kid?
No.
You should.
No.
You give it an 8 out of 10.
Bullshit.
Oh, bullshit.
Remember when IGN published plagiarized reviews?
Yep.
Because they didn't double fucking check their one reviewer? I guess they're fucking right about that. But so what?
I'm still a rock star.
Anyone who plays Silent Hill 2 will be like, this is the best fucking art form ever.
Pure cinema.
Pure cinema. Because it's about a creepy little fucking guy. And all video game players are creepy little fucking guys. Regardless of gender. Ooh. Oh, why is it squirting like that?
I'm trying to use the last of this red. That didn't even come out.
Oh, you're shooting blanks over there.
Yeah, blank and shoots.
Segment 3.
What, huh?
Segment 3.
What, do you think superhero shows are going to be out the wazoo soon?
I think we're already in the wazoo. I think we're out of the wazoo now. I think the worst of it has already happened. I think the Loki to She-Hulk span was the big slop push.
The big slop push?
Yeah, Marvel pushing up the big slop. And I think we'll never have another Arrowverse, sadly. So
Don't give me hope.
So there'll be a big.
Don't give me hope by saying Arrowverse.
I think with the amount of the ratio of hits and misses being as skewed as it is, I think they're going to stop shooting as wildly. Because we had X-Men 97, and that was fucking bellissimo.
Yeah.
That was amazing. And then you get for every X-Men 97 that's really popular and really successful and really good, you get What If Season 3 and A Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which people don't like.
Did you watch Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man?
I did, and I loved it, actually.
I honestly fucking loved it.
It's great.
It's
Friendly
such
Neighborhood
a-
Spider-Man? It
Probably woke, so it got bad.
it handles Daredevil better than Born Again did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also
Does the correct theme for him.
IGN gave it an 8 out of 10, same as Silent Hill 2.
Well, maybe I wrote those reviews. Actually, if I wrote the review for Silent Hill 2, I would put a question mark. I'd put a big red square instead of the number. Because the fucking out of 10 rating system is so flawed, and especially for when discussing art. You wouldn't go to fucking Monet in Paris and be like, that one's a 3. Does it make you feel like a warm summer's day in fucking Paris?
and does it make you feel like a woman?
Does it put you in the shoes of someone who seems like an everyman just to pull the rug out of your underneath you after making you be feminine shapes for the entire game until you're subconsciously kind of used to violence against women, and then it's revealed at the very end that the guy that you're playing as, you, the player, James Sunderland, killed his wife? The game delivers on that. It makes you feel those feelings, and you're like, I'm gonna put a number to that. Are you giving me a cat so I'll be quiet?
Just a cat.
Hello, little
I have a
lady.
cat.
Ow, that's my throat.
There you go.
Just slashed my throat. Hello, little lady. You okay? Do you want to be here?
She's happy.
Do you want to be
She
here?
hates Kael.
Damn.
This is her in protest.
Luna.
It's okay, Luna. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna see a big superhero renaissance. Because even the two shows we've been talking about, one of them's been really, really good, and the other one's been not as good.
But Arrow was really good.
Arrow was really good. They just need to do Arrow again.
Yeah. Not like the whole Arrowverse, just Arrow.
They're gonna release a new season of Arrow that's also a soft reboot, but also a continuation called Arrow Second Coming, and they're gonna kill
Arrow Unquivered.
They're gonna kill fucking Goobert.
They're gonna kill John Diggle.
Yeah, that's his name, Diggle. They're gonna kill Diggle in the fucking street. The Slater's gonna show up and shoot him. And then Black Canary's gonna be like, oh god, the ambulance wait times, oh fuck, and then he's gonna die in the street. And then Arrow's gonna be like, I'm not gonna be Arrow anymore.
I'm just gonna be Oliver Queen.
And then the Arrow theme will come back, but it's a gross like MIDI keyboard cover, and the opening's gonna have a bunch of crumbling statues. Woo! Because we venerate superheroes. Stained glass would have been such a good choice. Could you imagine? Could you imagine it panning through different stained glass tableaus, Spider-Man intro style, of like all the different moments from the previous Daredevil thing, or even just iconography from Daredevil, even just him, like the religious thing. Because that's another thing. The fucking the Catholicism has been completely sucked out of the new.
Yeah, I've noticed that actually. But like, yeah, there's no mention of the fact that he is religious.
Yeah, and real life Catholicism, very flawed system. I'm a Catholic. I've been dunked. I've been in the water. Son.
Did they dunk
too?
tank you?
We dunk sisters? Yeah, she attacked, yeah.
Well, you actually do have a... She went for the throat.
She gashed me.
I don't even see where she is right now.
Yeah, she'd spent 5 minutes with me, realized she hated me, and is now sitting on the floor instead.
Put her in the Discord.
But could you imagine? Slow-paced, like the other Netflix intros, but it's just panning between different stained glass things. And Marvel, I know it's not an effort thing for you, because you're gonna use AI for it anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just do what you did for Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
That was horrific. I can't believe that show happened.
Yeah.
I go through, like, I look at my comic books, I'm like, oh, it'd be so good if they did Secret Invasion. They did it, they butchered it.
Yeah.
It was sharp.
It's like if they did Secret War and they were like, we're not gonna use Latveria. We're gonna just have it be a different country. It's just gonna be a random fuck country. It's like if they did a Falcon movie where we finally get a Sam Wilson Captain America movie, and he's like up against the Red Hulk, and the whole point was for them to like try and douse the flame of the political unrest that comes when you get a criminal in the Oval Office, a tyrant who wants nothing more than to impose tariffs and to destroy the communities that he does not see as human. Not even for like any personal vendetta or gain, just because it's the most profitable thing to do. Bing bong.
Being alive.
Being. They should have just done Marriage Story. Should just do a Wilson Fisk Vanessa marriage story.
Vanessa.
And have Matt be the little kid. By the way, I've base coded a lot of Daredevil. We are painting miniatures.
We are.
Here's Daredevil. He's being born again.
Put the pictures in the Discord.
Out of my paintorsy.
I
I think that's all the time we have for today.
You do have Discord questions.
Yeah, give us the Discord questions.
I think it's not all the time we have for today.
Discord questions and then leave.
Discord questions!
She just loves getting cozy. She hates being picked up. If you're gonna hold her, you've gotta let her settle on your lap.
What in the
a fuzzy place to sleep.
What in the fuck does Discord have to say?
Would you rather have fingers for toes or toes for fingers?
Fingers for toes easy so I can grab shirts off the ground.
Fingers for toes.
She just keeps coming back over
She
here.
does. She's not happy.
What apocalypse situation are you lasting the longest in? E.g., zombies, nuclear fallout, yellow jackets, etc.
Yellow jackets.
Like stranded
Bees?
on an island over a plane crash.
Oh. Island plane crash would be probably
Lord of the
flies.
I'm not useful. I would not survive in the Lord of the Flies.
But like, there's no irradiation and no zombies. And you're scavenging either way.
Zombies would be fun.
I think it depends on the zombie rule. If they can run,
World War Z, not a chance.
no. But if it's like just humans that are zombified,
If we're talking The Walking Dead,
yeah.
100%.
Oh, easy. I've talked about my plans for zombie apocalypse survival. We all have. It's like
Anyone that grew up in that era
Yeah.
of that generation of like when zombie movies were a big thing, or when zombie TV shows were a big thing,
Yeah. It's like a non-gendered Roman Empire for like that entire generation, where it's like, what would you do in a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, mine is 100% go to a sports store, get the gear.
Yeah, mine.
Especially Australia. Everyone's like, I'd get guns. It's like, you're in Australia, buddy.
You go to a dump, especially one that filters out like crushed building material, because you have so much building rubble and brick and materials to craft the shelter out of, and I used to work at one that was like kind of central to a lot of bushland as well. So you got like all of that hunting if you want. Plenty of ibis. If you cook and eat the ibis, you'll attract the ibis for days because they're attracted to the smells. What's up? What's wrong?
100 bits.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beyond Their Games UK.
Thank you.
Well done, guys. Glad I found your stream.
I'm glad you found our stream as well.
Glad you found it
Video
too.
Games.
I will see you here again.
You're here all the way from the fucking UK.
We were half an hour late because of technical issues, so we do start half an hour earlier than we did start.
Yes, we're normally far more punctual than
Beyond Their
this.
Games, you are allowed in on our zombie apocalypse survival.
When I convert a dump into an ibis fried chicken restaurant to survive, you'll get a free wing or two. I don't know why I was looking at the chat as if that's the like eye contact with them.
Next question. What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done?
Shitted and pooped and pissed in my pants.
I once did a performance at school. Sorry, to this one stage. I performed a Bollywood dance. And I also sang about my love for a character named Cho Chang in the Harry Potter musical, where I also slid on my knees on carpet to the point where I was bleeding from carpet burns on both shins. And I had to peel my pants out of the carpet burns. It was really embarrassing because I stood up and went, ouch.
You know, the dump that I was talking about that I worked at that's in like a rural area, I pissed my whole pants there.
Really?
Yeah, emptied the clip.
I thought we were going to talk about when. Oh, we also worked together at one point.
Pissed my whole pants there too.
Yeah, we worked together at one point. Kael.
Both balls.
Kael tripped over a forklift, and I stood up, pushed a chair out from underneath me by standing up, went to sit down, missed the chair, and landed on my back. That was a good time.
I think it was the building.
If you were a food, what food would you be?
Cob loaf. Next question. You send me? I give up cob loaf. I'd like to think I give up cob loaf.
Yeah.
What's the best piece of
No.
advice? Okay, you said next question.
That was my being funny.
Ha ha ha.
I think you're a
ha,
cob.
ha,
I think
ha.
you're a cob loaf.
You think I'm a cob loaf?
I think you're a nice pumpkin cob loaf.
Kael, you give off very nice, like, a nice chicken wrap, but like a really like well seasoned chicken wrap.
Sure, I'll take that.
Or dino nuggies, because you're a safety person and a safety food.
Aw.
What's the best piece of advice you have ever received?
Don't piss into the wind.
Best piece of advice I've ever received. I know there's some out there that are fucking crazy. It's better to come in the sink than to sink in the cum.
Beautiful. Two-parter question.
Whoa.
What is your favorite moment from a D&D live campaign / one-shot that you've played? And then, what is your favorite moment from a D&D live campaign / one-shot that you haven't played?
Favorite one that I've been in was when I cried with Kael, because Kael played my boyfriend.
Not
Which
to,
campaign was that?
Sunder Charts.
which you can catch on the VOD channel. Wow.
It's all up.
It's all up?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm vain as fuck, so I've been watching it.
You are vain as fuck.
It's
Flex
okay.
those arms.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. Just like that player DM connection with someone I was really close to, and us just selling the characters, and we're just fucking crying. It's great. It's really good.
Not been a part of.
I think it's tried and true. It's a classic. Don't talk to the person who said this one anymore, but Gotta Dumpy. It's a classic. You can't, no matter what my personal feelings are, I can't fault the classics.
Gotta Dumpy.
I really liked the transition from Happy Birthday to a spider jumping through a window.
Aww.
What was that one on?
Successes.
Oh, yeah!
End of the first episode.
That one was really fun.
Anytime, this one's a vanity one, this one wraps around back to me. Anytime I'm not on the screen, but one of my minis is on the screen, and Jules is like, Kael painted this, and everyone's like, oh yeah. I'm like, hee 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 hee.
Yeah. You're like, that's my boy!
Kael mention.
When you're like one of your sons is on screen, you're like,
Yeah.
my son!
Yeah, speaking of successes, Princess, the Spider. Is Successes on the VOD channel?
Yeah.
You can fucking watch all the Successes fucks. You need to watch Successes. Watch Successes, watch Sundered Hearts as well. You gotta stay tuned, because there may or may not be more.
X-Men Forgotten goes up this Sunday.
Oh,
The first episode?
First episode.
I also really enjoyed X-Men Forgotten.
X-Men Forgotten was really
That
good.
was really fun. The dynamic between the three players as like characters was really interesting. Where it was like one played like a motherly figure without wanting to be a motherly figure, and then one was just like really wanting to have that child nature but wasn't allowed to because of the fact of like had to be mature for the X-Men. That was really fun.
It was really fun. And
Did we
like,
just get a hydrate?
even just the world that it takes place in was done so well and so aptly. It feels like it's like a beautiful. I kind of wish that we could package that as a D&D adventure for you to run at home, because like
The X-Men one.
yeah, because like the storyline absolutely fucking kicks. It's great.
Who knows? Maybe there'll be a post on the Patreon.
Yeah, we have a
Who
Patreon. It's a good
knows?
time.
Maybe I'll
Good time.
post.
That'd be cool if we did like some of our adventures as modules.
What time is it? Oh my god, we're running over time.
You could run a Sundered Hearts one
We are
shot if
running.
you
We've got
want.
player primers on the Patreon for some of our campaigns.
Oh, that's cute.
So you can make your own campaign.
Do you have one for Sundered Hearts? Okay,
You
good.
never gave us your player primers.
Nice.
Outed yourself. Anyway, that's it from us today. We ran longer because we started later because technology. But we have a lovely producer princess who worked hard to get it sorted.
Yeah. The moral of the story: watch the original Daredevil.
Watch Invincible.
Watch Invincible.
Watch
Daredevil.
Arrow.
Watch Arrow.
Seasons 1 to 2. So good.
Watch Arrow.
You can watch season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and all of The Flash, and all of Legends of Tomorrow, and Batwoman, and Black Lightning if you want. But just watch Arrow seasons 1 and 2.
Watch Arrow seasons 1 and 2, and then watch Daredevil seasons 1, 2, 3.
Oh, and the old Flash TV show from like the 90s that's also in canon in that CW. That's also fun. And the Batman 1960s that comes into play, the Wonder Woman TV show from like the 90s that comes into play, the Titans TV show that comes into play in the CW universe, all of the original Superman, so like Superman 1, 2, 3, Superman Returns, they all come into play. Smallville, if you want to watch Smallville, I'd recommend it. It is 10 seasons to watch a man that you know can fly, but you'll get there. Yeah, I think that's everything. Oh, also Supergirl, I forgot to mention, Supergirl is a very pivotal part of the CW. You can also watch Prison Break if you want.
Stargirl.
That's not part of the CW. Might be, I don't know. You can watch Prison Break because Prison Break is referenced because two of the main characters are also not twin, but like buddy cop bad guys that reference like, oh, we've done a Prison Break before, so it makes Prison Break canon.
What's happening next on the channel?
Sonic!
Sonic this Thursday!
Sonic the fuck.
Episode 2!
Episode 2 of Sonic Hedge, featuring me, Sonic Edge. If you didn't miss the first episode, thank you. If you did, go and unmiss it.
Kael plays a fun character named Pop.
Yeah, so there's...
Episode 1's on Patreon.
Episode 1's on the Patreon, so if you're a fucking Patreon member, you're getting fed tonight.
They're eating.
They're eating.
Saw that, Jules.
But yeah, episode 2 happens, run by Roxy, who's run a lot of our TDRPG Thursday stuff.
And you've got T.
And you've got T.
Killian.
T and Killian. Killian, first time player, long time.
Debut.
Cool. Killian does a really fun job. T does a really fun job as always. T is a ray of fucking sunshine. And I'm there too. And I do my best. I think it's my player debut on the fucking channel.
You play next time.
Oh yeah!
You're like, Beast, we must get to the...
I'm gonna level with you. I was in the biggest K-hole when we were doing that.
I love being in a K-hole. Anyway, we will see you this time next week for more Primed and Clueless. Yeah. Oh, I was painting Warhammer miniatures like X-Men characters. That's fun time. We'll post them on the Discord.
Daredevil Red.
We will see you same bat time, same bat channel next week on D&D Live Presents. We miss you already.
Already.